세러네이 쇼다운 DRX 대 OK저축은행 브리오.
If we just see Bard here, it's very predictable, and it is going to be the case. I don't think this is the most optimal position for Bard or Jhin on the side of T1 here. Like, it's very risky the way that this could shape up, because if your Trundle falls behind or you're not winning in sides and you're trying to set up team fights around Jhin, you don't have that hard engage. Like, if you had Jhin on the side of Genji, I'm like, oh, you've got a Wukong, you've got a Gwen to set that up, you've got Annie for Peel. Jin's going to have so much value for days. But considering how strong blue side is, and with the bans you have to opt into for T1 on red side, you've got to ban Pantheon as Azir Varus. It feels always a little lopsided. They got something they're insanely comfortable with anyways on red side into a top tier team like Genji. And so maybe if they play it well, they can get an edge here.
We are ready. Game number 1 of Genji versus T1 starts now.
Right now in this meta, 100% their best champion.
Yeah.
Like, when I say comfort earlier, I really mean it. You know, sometimes T1 are going to get this first streak with the prior they have. Shocker.
Take a look at this timing. They say, okay, well, Faker's backing. They don't really see Owner on the map. They just got the dragon right, so let's try to get some consolation prize elsewhere. They're going to get 2 of the grubs, not all 3.
Oh, good luck getting over here. Finally, Chovy is going to get a second, maybe.
They're trying to set up a play here on T1. You can see it's more of like a vision play. You know, they're going to Realm Warp into mid, right on top of Chovy, who has to flash. Actually, the stun with the pillar is so cute.
That's the kind of Realm Warp stuff I'm talking about with Faker, you know? Bottom lane, with Duro going up to try to defend means they get more power here. Another plate goes over.
All right, trying to make a play here on Aguma. He's just going to take the safe way out and flash. There's the cleanse on the stun, and now excellent ult comes in. The Tempered Fate keeps them alive against the Wukong. They had blown all the summoners, both Keria and Guma, and Canyon was going to be there as the final threat.
I know. Might be enough to get over the line.
No missed. He's in a lot of trouble here. He does have flash at least. He's pushing forward into the turret. A lot of needles do come down. There's no TPs available. There's no jungler on the way. He's just dead. First blood.
They aren't there. Chovy's pushing a wave bottom as Ruler catches a wave in the mid lane.
1. Oh, and we got a play here once again on the Chovy. Still no flash from the earlier Realm Warp, but now he's just able to get in and punish. It's another kill. It goes over to Owner, which is a bit of a setup brewing here from Genji. Looks like they want to take some kind of fight. We have Exhaust here on a Ruler as Keria is calling for this. And now the magical journey. Looks like Keria can't quite get in there, but now the TP on in into immediate Tempered Fate. Faker is in that backline with no escape as a bunch of damage is being done. Doran there as well, but the needles go in, and Faker actually got out of there. Doran now in the backline himself as Faker does get taken down eventually. Genji trying to press forward. They got this strong Gwen trying to frontline, but they can't really deal with Guma. And so now they're on the run, but can they run away from the Jhin? Is really the question. The shots, a couple of them do ring true, but the others do miss.
I mean, call it luck, call it T1 magic, but 1,500 kills, by the way, for Doran, a second top laner to hit this milestone. Guma's gonna have to cleanse.
That's a good pick up there from Chovy.
Keria, guess what he's got? His Realm Warp for the exit. They're gonna get a whole turret.
Yeah, he's just gonna get this one here. Straight for the Rift Heralds. It's better than outside laning. Duro gonna take a ton of damage. Doran as well lays down the ult, but they're not contesting for this. You see that Owner is in the top jungle of Genji. Trying to steal it was Guma.
Not a Bard that's face checking, but you got to be respectful. And Genji are doing exactly that as Ruler is pillared.
You can see they were thinking about it. Oh, that's a nice little binding into 2. And now we get this ult coming in. We have the Realm Warp for Vision. And Faker, of course, who is going to take it. Faker no chill in this game. And that Rift Herald just gets dropped down for basically no value. Remember that it was a Rift Herald for Faker getting the bottom turret. So that trade, especially with that bit of a lack of engage that you were talking about, as they engage on the Trundle, trying to take down Owner is not going to happen. And immediately Duro just gets burst to shreds. And the rest of Genji just on the run, not really wanting to take the rest of the fight. Doran a little bit low. But you see that Ian is backing, maybe looking to TP back into this fight.
Yeah, some heals coming through just a little bit there from the Bard. Guma still has ult, and both summoners, so he's actually feeling pretty happy to just walk forward here and take some pot shots. Now getting engaged on the back.
Canyon, he is so close to that. Keria jumping on in, gonna keep 2 of them in prison. He does go down, but that means they get the kill on a Canyon. It's actually gigantic as now Guma, the Scissors, are pushing forward the Keen. is not going to get any kills. Ruler now just sprinting at them, actually can do a lot, but no, he's taking too much from Faker. Totally ignored the rise, and it's a massive mistake, and T1 turned this fight around. They were already ahead, but now they're just getting the bonus kills on top of bonus kills. Will T1 get everything in the fight?
I mean, this might just be the game-ending fight.
They got everyone, plus an extra rel and the Baron. So now it's like 8,000 gold to lead for T1. The compositions begin to have less meaning as we get to these sorts of numbers. And Carria's on the flank, looking for Ruler here, no doubts, trying to get into that backline. They have the full wraparound. They're going to try to turn and immediately jump on a Faker who just goes golden. With the help of Carria, goes golden again. And the rest of his team is just cleaning up. The wallets are gigantic. T1 are styling on Gen G.
Not even close. Chovy running as fast as his phase rush will take him. I don't think he gets out of this one.
They're just playing with their food at this point. He's really making them regret not banning Bard. I'll tell you that.
If you're going to make a play like that. And they do.
Oh, man. Carrie is setting this up, actually, as her open it up with the Jhin. Even the Tempered Fate trying to remove the blockers. They're really trying to bully Rulers. It's very obvious. They're like, okay, we got a target on this guy's back. And now Gen G down 13,000 gold, looking for the angle. Oh man, just dropping Aurora ultimates on top of Chovy's head as the shots ring true. Owner just running at them at this point in time, gonna remove some blockers. There's the stun, and Ruler's dead. They get him first again. And yeah, T1 really just styling on them at this point, just having a lot of fun. The fans are getting a great kick out of this game. At least on the T1 side. You saw the facial expressions of the Gen G fans earlier. Didn't look great.
This is just a dominant victory. No two ways about it. I feel like we didn't see Gen G at all in game one. And T1 making a statement here. Keen doing a lot of damage. But I think with him being really the only one left, it's not going to matter here, Valdez. How do you recover from a loss like this? I mean, Gen G's played a lot of tough series that went the distance this year. I think they're the team that can handle it, but I don't know, Valdez. The crowd favors T1.
Just to witness what T1 were doing to their opponents, but it wasn't very close. There wasn't a lot of League of Legends played, it feels like.
I love to see some of these low damage numbers. Like Faker, 13.4k. Where's the damage to turrets? It was quite high. Where's the flanks that were successful? That number is quite high. For me, I always just say let him cook.
Lucian Nami. All right, it's actually going to happen. And this is just an enchanter that's not Lulu.
Yeah, I mean, considering the amount of ways that these melee frontliners can get on top of your Rumble, on top of your Lucian, perhaps the peel of the tidal wave could be arguably more teamfight value. But I kind of like the idea of just sending Jarvan in with Shockwave and then also having an additional knock-up as well as more safety with the Lulu. And Lulu's obviously lane dominant, but again, I trust Carria's judgment in bottom 2v2 matchups more than almost anyone's.
Yeah. There was a sign in there wishing for the Canyon Italy, maybe in game 3. But first, we got to get through game number 2.
What did I say? He was a scribe?
Yeah. Best scribe. Level 2 hit here from the set of Guma Carria. There's that electrocute, and immediately level 4 is going to find Owner and goes immediately in. The Xin Zhao loves to go for the trades, but Guma and Carria are quicker on the play, and Canyon's getting burst down, and down he goes. First blood given over to the Lucian of all champions, as now the flash comes in. Double flash away by Gen G. Looking for a bit more. The double buff here on Guma as well. Wants a little bit more, wants to take down Ruler, but it's not quite going to happen. Bessa was able to get something going. If the Galio, you know, who does look to be going a bit tankier, which obviously, okay, looking for this. Guma going in alone. Big mistake here. He will immediately be punished as Barrier comes through as well. Just wasted, gives the kill over to Ruler, who is now right back in the game.
So notice where Carria is on the minimap.
I think Duro just hit on Bush for a long time.
Yeah, they had control vision. Guma thinks it's a 1v1 and goes for the all-in. Carria obviously is not here at all. Carria was not anywhere nearby.
Trying to make a play in top lane. Doran all by himself. Thought he was safe with his team taking the grubs nearby. He is actually going to live as they continue to go in on the Doran, who's going to touch the wind becomes lightning. The damage, though, not quite enough to take down Canyon. But with red buff, I think eventually they get the job done. Meanwhile, Faker is getting bullied here in mid as Duro went for a little gank. Game number one was very much, T1 was dominating all the lanes. They got a lot of incremental leads from there. They were able to take some big objectives, and it kind of just flew by in an instant.
This game, Canyon's here to contest. Like, Guma needs to be very careful. He's still flashless, mind you.
They're going in out of the Nami. There is the bubble, and Duro nearly dies. Meanwhile, in the fight, as we do see that Ruler has to back away immediately. Bit of damage did come in. Ruler wasn't really in trouble, but they don't have their Rakan anymore. Now Ruler in a bit of trouble, but they go in on the Guma and burst him down. Canyon says, now it's my time to get it done. Owner desperate for the kill on Aduro. They just can't get this dang Rakan, and it's going to be a double kill here for the Xinjiao. Meanwhile, Faker getting bullied in mid by Keen, of all people, who has ganked, and Faker just did not expect that.
Okay, big catch here onto Canyon. I don't know if it's enough, though, and in fact, Doran in trouble.
Who's getting caught this time? It's not going to be Canyon. Picks up 2 kills, and the Genji fans are losing it right now. Look at this top fight. Doran's in a lot of trouble. He's trying to run to his jungler. I think Keen should sniff this one out, but he's still going to go in, gets the kill, as now Redemption is coming down here. Gonna help out the side of T1 as going to miss a bunch here on the Keen. He's still going in. Owner doesn't quite have the damage. Gonna miss the flag and drag. Back in goes Keen. Not scared of these guys. Takes him down again. And meanwhile in mid, Guma's just dead as well. And this time it's Genji's turn to just absolutely Harlem Globetrotter.
I mean, Faker, where
all
you
over
going?
the rift. Faker doesn't know where he's going. He's lost.
Well, Canyon decides he doesn't want to trade flashes and wants to get a dragon. All over the map everywhere, where T1 just played insanely greedily and disrespectful. Genji, you're just like, you're falling apart fast on a house of cards. This is Keen's first-person view on the kill here, and then the 1v2 that ensues as the Redemption goes down. That actually helps him quite a bit. Keria drops everything, misses the bubble critically, which allows Keen to play it out.
Yeah. Oh, we're doing it again. This time it's actually T1 trying to take down Keen, as they have tried many times before.
Another Redemption.
Keen lives. Owner's going in. Big shockwave is going to catch 2. As Keen, they finally did it. They finally got him.
And they're going to get the Herald as well. Yunara also.
Are they trying to kill
good.
Keen again?
Yeah, and guess who's here? Keen's best companion.
Really trying to kill Keen, and I think this time they did it. The damage is there. He's not able to get all the different dashes and procs and all the fun stuff, so Keen's got a pretty good read, but how long will they hide on bush? How long?
He's like, I'm just going to go up in the lane and...
until it's worth.
Bye.
Are they still there?
I think yes.
Yes. They're still there. They're absolutely still there. TP's even Guma's here. He's just able to come in. There's 2 kills and maybe 3. Oh no, Genji, what's going on here? It's now trying to ult the way he actually will be able to. Nicely done by Chovy to make the best of a bad situation.
That should finally be the turret for T1 in the bottom lane. Can we kill Keen an additional time?
I mean, the damage from Doran is actually pretty legitimate at this point, as now it's going to be the flash out. Owner getting sped up, but they say, okay, we'll just take the turret instead.
And I do want to remind people that right now T1 is doing everything they can, which is focusing the isolated soul laner and taking turrets and not fighting 5v5s. Start to threaten these inner turrets. I mean, this is the kind of control Genji has right now, and Ruler is ready to fight. He is ready to press R.
Oh, speaking of which, Keen immediately finds the backline. Faker in a ton of trouble, has to just flash out of their Owner. He's the sacrifice for the rest of the team. Doran gonna get charmed up. Keen actually gonna go down, though. Did Genji push too far? Bit of burst damage does come out, but Ruler a bit low. Chovy looking for the turn. Chovy, he's got the angle, but everybody tries to flash away. They only get the Nami. Still, it's going to be a pick as they look for Faker as well. Canyon on the backside here. Faker just going forward. Knows he's dead. And Genji find 2 more.
This is just going to be Otacon. All of that bottom side pressure was putting deep vision into the jungle, forcing a fight that T1 didn't want to take because Otacon was spawning. Because I was a little bit skeptical. By the way, Ruler was like the only one who was like, this champ owns in lane, by the way. Everyone else is kind of like, Genji, gonna look for this Baron. Chovy has ult, can be there in a moment's notice. Faker has TP as well, but they have that one sneaky ward. I mean, that's the best you can really say about T1's position here.
They're going to look for Ruler. I think they're going to try to wombo Ruler, but I don't know if they can. Meanwhile, the turn is coming in from the side of Gen G. They want to just go for the fight here. Meanwhile, Faker's going to go down. Not even sure what happened to him as he just kind of got killed. Meanwhile, at the same time, Duro also went in and died. But more crit on the side of Yunara, hiding on Bush once again. But Chovy, the tank, is the one that checks the brush, and that's what you want. The charm comes in on Adoran, and he is just evaporated. Keen once more, gonna go in on it 4. As now we've got the follow-up from the Galio that's going to keep him alive, although I don't think they need to continue in. But now Ruler finds his angle, just presses forward, and there's nothing that they can do. As the Yunara just rips them to shreds, picks up 2 kills, and Gen G have this one in the bag.
Yeah. Yunara, we're like, I don't know if she's going to get off the ground. Like, she's got a Cole. You know, Cole Doran's blade. He's got a pickaxe. There's just no way.
You know, I kind of like the way they played that. It was like in and out, absorbing damage until everything had been used, and then Yunara gets her chance, and it's just GG. Owner, yeah, you're going to get Mega Cone engaged on. Make it kill number 10 for Ruler, and looking for even more, as Canyon will pick up a 6th kill of his own.
I do like how you mentioned how well that was played by Gen G, that last fight we had in the replay, because basically T1 were backwards leapfrogging to try to maybe jump on Yunara, but it couldn't happen as Faker is just...
Yeah, well, he's going to be kited out and killed. The 7th kill goes over to Canyon. Man, these games, Ruler's just running at him, eating a culling to the face, doesn't care at all. And yeah, the game is over. Game 1 was extremely one-sided to T1. This one is the same one-sided to Gen G. Yeah, there was like that 5 minutes that T1 had, and then it was just over. And we're going to a game 3. Our wishes come true.
Here we go, game 3. 30 minutes here, almost on the dot. T1 routed. And we mentioned we thought maybe Ruler wasn't going to get off the ground. I think he had his full Dragon Ball Z Super Saiyan arc in this one.
We kind of drafted ourselves into a hole, and then we just lost every lane. And okay, guys, let's go game 2. It's like, so that was game 1, and that was also game 2. It had like mirror situations. It does mean that T1 will start game 3 on blue side in Fearless. So that.
Are we going for hard all-in to try to match, or are we going for scaling? Is he going to pull out the AP Ziggs?
All right, the Ziggs is going bot, you would have to imagine, 100%
right? 100% of Desire, so that quirky flex does come through. We think we've seen a little bit more Ziggs with the buffs in mid lane. It's been played in other regions. They're holding
like,
it. It's pretty good into Silas as well.
Into Silas, yeah.
I mean, you just sit there, you poke, you harass.
Oh.
But ultimately, I think the Corki is safer. We'll see if he wants to go first strike and just try to generate a gold lead there, or if he's going to opt for something a little bit more damage-focused. Because accelerating yourself to 2 items, we see so many Corkis in the melee matchups in mid just going straight into first strike and trying to hit 2 items as soon as possible to be incredibly relevant towards the mid-game.
We got Ruler playing Ziggs, which is very interesting. It was never really a big Ziggs guy, but we'll see how it goes here as we hop on the Rift for game number 3.
Oh, 4. Okay, well, anyway, no math on stream. Canyon?
Timing of this is really rough for Canyon. Doran going to receive an emote from Canyon, who now is going to go towards the blue side of his... Oh no, he's looping back, actually.
Yes, and you really got to know when they're going to go in for that auto.
Yeah, the delay is can be rough at times. Scary as Nico got banned out twice by Gen G from blue side. I think for Chovy especially, it's just so obvious. Trying to get in here and ooh, Canyon gets his blue buff stolen away.
Chovy teleporting back to lane also has an advantage there as owner.
All right, trying to get on top of the Ziggs, and I think they might just be able to do it. The flash ahead of time is going to work out. First blood given over to Doran's Jax. He does immediately get traded back, but that kill only went over to Duro.
Canyon down 2 levels. He's giving him the scared Yuumi, like, I don't really want to stay around here much longer. As owner's like, oh, you still seem to not be level 6, by the way. And these seem to be my Krug.
This is like some peanut level of just crazy, I'm going to take everything away from you. Owner, did he go too far is the question. The bomb is going to miss, and it looks like he absolutely did. Duro's going to get the kill. I don't know how he always does this. Duro getting fed, and Ruler probably very angry. Meanwhile, Canyon, congrats to him. LCK Jungle second ever to get 4,500 assists.
It always happens in a game like this, doesn't it? Finally compress his ult button. When you look at where the gold is, it's very strong top side here for T1. In fact, take a lead himself. This fight's going to get a little scrappy on Dragon. Or maybe...
Guma, he is Xayah with Featherstorm and Flash. So there's the Flash. And there's the Featherstorm. But now we've got the pull on in, and he's just dead. Meanwhile, got a Nocturne trying to save. And a TP coming in here. As now the ultimate does go in. Stolen ultimate here from the side of Faker. And Duro looks to be very much dead. Keria wants a bit more. Gonna get this route down onto Chovy, who takes a bunch of damage, but they know they don't have the kill pressure. Ruler comes out of nowhere. You just stayed there in the top side. Oh, the flash aggressive satchel is crazy into the wall, and he immediately dies. But it was awesome.
Yeah. Like, Ruler decided he was going to channel back. He had TP, so maybe if the fight went longer, he was hoping to come in there and actually look for a re-engage or to rejoin the fight. Looks like that TP scared me for a moment. Ends up being a relatively even exchange. Owner will get 2 of these 3 grubs, which feels fantastic. As we have a bit of that skirmish I was talking about eventuating now.
Yeah, trying to get in on the Yorick, and that should be enough. But guess who's here? Canyon for the turn, and he is going to make the play happen. Keen extremely low, but continuing on the play. Owner wants a bit more, and he'll get killed instead. Canyon just takes him down, and Canyon immediately gets his revenge. Much of a hitch.
I mean, and that was where they were strongest, right? Their top and jungle was the lead they had. They no longer have that.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a sticking point for them. Definitely want to get Owner and Doran ahead, and that's going to be the satchel to take down mid-turret. So you said 2, but it's actually 3.
They can't get here fast enough. Who do you engage on? You got to get past Duro first. He's the bouncer. TP from Jax.
Yeah, and from Faker trying to get in as the Rift Herald summoned. They have vision now. T1 trying to push in. Duro very separated, actually, kind of by himself on the left side. Gen G abandoning the play, and they'll lose their Nautilus for it as well. T1 starting this one up. Keria's taking the Rift Herald for a little drive. Not exactly sure. Keen finally does TP into this one. And it's Otacon flip for the ages, taking quite a while. Doran going in, they're just trying to zone them away. As the engage comes in from T1, they lose 2 though, and Owner about to follow. Guma desperate to do something, but instead, he just gets autoed down by the Ziggs. And Gen G, so much control of the play. They lose their Nautilus, they don't care. They still win it handily. And now Doran gonna spot. Okay, trying to get this one, but he's not going to get in range. And Chovy just picks up yet another kill.
And the fight's a wash.
All right, trying to make a play here onto the Corki. It looks like Chovy, with this flash, is going to use it to get away. Meanwhile, Duro is just kind of left out to dry once again. Tons of damage, though, coming out from Ruler. Meanwhile, Faker has a vendetta against the red buff instead.
Yeah, this was a cool idea. And a cool dodge.
All right, trying to make this play. That's actually very good. Ruler, maybe a little bit overconfident here. He is going to be traded out. And that shutdown goes to the Xayah. Meanwhile, Owner is going to be zoned for, and Doran is just in the front line. Yeah, I think Gen G are handling this just fine.
Yeah, it looked a little scary for Keen there for a second.
So wonky. We'll push a little bit as a little flank angle coming on in. They're trying to get onto the Ziggs. Can they burst them down? Absolutely not. Not with the disengage cone. As Keria going to go down. Faker as well is going to bite the dust. There's a big bomb over the top here. Doran taken out, and it looks like Gen G, they just have way too much momentum in this game.
Yeah, and Guma, can he get out here? Duro does not have flash.
Ult available.
Either. I think he's fine, but that's the 6th and final turret outside of the base of T1. Baron hasn't even spawned yet.
Yeah, was an interesting idea. You know, comp-wise, it kind of made sense, but immediately Gen G had the answer as they saw the damage on that Baron for just a little bit. And now we have the counter engage here from Keria, only going to find the front 2, and they're full health still as the big bomb right in the back line going to take them both down. And even the Xayah was in there as well. This game is over. Gen G just deciding when they want to end it.
Very, very fast game here. And when you consider the level of play these 2 teams have, you don't expect games to end 26.5 minutes, but that is what is going to happen. Another one-sided one, and Gen G in another full series Not game 5, but in this case, game 3. This time we'll come out victorious and get revenge for that previous loss to T1.
Yeah, it was looking a little bit rough after game 1. That was very one-sided, but it wasn't meant to be. The series will be remembered, rather, as a Gen G victory.
Chovy and Keen, right? Like, Ruler having the phenomenal turnaround on the Yunara. But I think Chovy's impact could not be overstated. And
Yeah.
I am curious to see who gets Palm here.
We've had, in recent Gen G wins, a lot of when-in-doubt voters, right? Even when Chovy was, like, nowhere to be seen in the game, so I wouldn't be surprised if he just gets it.
I wasn't win in doubt, but I mean, with Yunara popping off, I mean, that seems to be kind of the narrative vote right now, is vote for the Yunara player.
Great Ziggs game as well. I think I probably would have gone for Ruler personally, but we'll see. But it's just going to be Chovy. And when in doubt,
that Galio play in game 2, I kind of forgot about. That did happen. And across the series, he was very consistent. Even his Annie got hard focused, right? Like, he went 0-4 because he was constantly being pressured. They didn't have any control.
Not really the best Chovy champion either.
No.